It's another K-Town beat.
YouTube. It's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back, and today I'm doing a mid fade, but I want you to pay attention to his lineup. It's not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to use enhancements on this thing at all either. I don't think he needs it, and he doesn't want it. I didn't even ask him, and I don't even think he booked that service, but we're going to start our guideline like we always do and work it all the way around the head. Now, you can also use your trimmer to get ready to start the beard process in order to blend it in. So one thing you can do when you have a tool in your hand, make sure you kind of use it for everything that you want to use it for at that time. It'll speed up your cuts and, you know, stop you from going back and forth, right? So also, you want to make sure that the line is even all the way around that you're creating. You see, I'm using the edge of his eyebrow as a guiding point. So I had to come back on this side and line it up with the edge of the eyebrow in order to make it straight. That way you'll have an even fade all the way around the head, right? So then after that, you want to come back, you got your one guard. I take my one guard, I use it, and I just knock off the hair off the top. He want to keep it dark, still keep his waves in there. So we use the one guard. We couldn't use the 1.5 because a 1.5 would have not taken off anything. So a one guard closed on top was the best route for us to go. So it looks smooth. We got it where it's smooth. Now, after you do that and you get the top done, I still got the one guard on like I was telling you before. You want to use the tool that you're using and the guard that you're using. You want to use it all at one time so you can speed up the haircut. So I'm using this one to blend in his beard into the fade, right? While I still had it for the top. And now I took the one guard off. I'm using no guard open to close. I go close more towards when I get into the bald part of where I started my guideline. So that part is actually already done for me. So now I'm getting ready to do the initial phase. So I'm using it, I'm just really want to focus on that line, and I'm creating another guideline, but it's into the bulk, right? So you can look at it as if a guy make a line, create a line until you make no more lines, right? So I didn't use a guard, I used open, so that created a guideline. Now I want to come up and fade again into it, but right now I want to clean up the bottom line a little bit in order to make it a little easier for me, but I don't want to clean it up all the way because I still want to see that separation. And if you pay close attention right there, I switch from comb to brush because the hair sometimes it'll stick to the scalp, right? So you want to be able to remove all the hair off of the scalp so you can see what's going on. I'm not a big fan of using brushes because I was never taught that way in barber school. You're supposed to use a comb for sanitary purposes, right? But sometimes a brush is needed. Just make sure you keep your brushes clean and buy new brushes. Brushes are only $1, right? So I'm always buying brushes. And so after you do that with the no guard, you come back with the one guard and you get ready to blend that in. Also, you want to take away that line that you made without the guard. After that, you want to come back. We got our 1.5 guard. as you can see, it's still a little bulk because it's a line there. So that tells you, that's an indicator to you that you still have more to go. Once you're not creating more guidelines, then you know you have reached completion on the highest guard that you need to use in order to blend that part in of the fade. The rest of it, you can just work your way down with the same guards that you use going up. So we use no guard, 1, 1.5. 1.5 actually blends in perfect with his top that we used, which was a 1. So now you see me come back down with my 1 guard, like I said, because we're working in reverse order now until all of the bulk is removed that we want to remove and blend it into it. So after that, we're going to use our 1 guard, then we're going to use our 1 guard, our no guard open to close, and then you should see the fade coming in nicely. Now, as you can see, the fade has come out nicely. I still see a little piece that I need to correct there, you know, but this is about diligently working your way up and diligently working your way down to achieve a nice blend. And you see this blend is nice, right? We got them blurry. That boy is blurry, you dig? So you can achieve this haircut if you use the same steps that I was telling you. This fade is nice, it's blended. He loved the haircut. You can see once you put a good line up on it, it's gonna pop, right? So we turn the chair around and then we get ready to do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. Now, after we're done with the fading, we want to get ready to do the lineup. And like I said, this lineup is not going to be perfect, but it's going to look very good when I'm done with it. We just wanted to make sure that we try to stay true to the natural lineup. And you also want to use your Mr. Outliner detailing spray to help you out right here. You know, we got to use that. You know what I mean? So, and brush the hair down with it. You know, let it dry. Once it's dry, then you can create those crispy lines like I do. You know what I mean? So, make sure you go to MrOutliner.com, pick you up a bottle. I'll ship it out to you myself. You know what I mean? So, I'll leave a link in the description. So, you see it's round because of how his forehead is. Now, if you know anything about basketball, he give me the Paul George vibe, right? His lineup, his head shape, his facial structure, he looked like Paul George or something. But he got the Paul George cut. You know what? I'm gonna put that on my thumbnail. Y'all can see the resemblance if I have that picture to go with it. But you want to start in the middle, and you just kind of want to, I always like to lift it a little bit when it just goes down towards, you know, the corners. When it just starts sloping down. Like I don't like that look. But like I said, you want to kind of try to stay true to form. If you look on the right side of the screen, you see how it slopes down. I like to bring that up a little bit just to give it a certain type of look. And you see what I'm doing right here. It's already looking good. It's a way to manipulate how to get a lineup to look that way, right? Just by lifting the corners, because I think on my last video somebody put in the comment, man, why did you do his corners like that? Because I want to give it a certain look. You know, I want it to appear straight even if it's not straight. You know what I mean? So it's a look and it's a style that I use to give my haircuts a look. And you can say, hey, Mr. Outliner probably cut his hair, you know, things like that. So that's ways that you can, you know, establish yourself and establish your haircuts, and people can look at it and tell almost by looking at it who cut it. So you want to make sure of that, right? So also, so you want to take your time. And so I made the curve right here and the little C cup and into the fade of the beard. Now I want to start the beard. You see where that said he got a gap in between, but he said he's not worried about that part. So what he want me to do is just keep it high as possible. And this right side is actually different than his left side. His left side look like it has more hair that I can work with. So I'm gonna bring it up. I don't want to bring it too low. So I just want to keep it exactly where it's at. And when you're doing the beard lineup, you want to don't push down too much. I actually like to pull up. If you pay attention to it, I'm actually really pulling it up. I'm not actually like pushing down like that, right? I'm pulling up so I don't make it too low, right? I'm going down and up, you know. I don't like people to do my beard. If you always see my beard on my Instagram, it's always crisp, it's always clean. I like to do my beard myself because everybody don't know how to do beards. So like I said, the trick to it is to pull up, you know, pull up. That way you can preserve the hair, right? And then, you know, the rest is self-explanatory on this. And then I'm gonna jump back into the lineup. Now I come back and start from the middle again and work your way over. And once you kind of get that part together, you see the line, it's pretty straight now. So all I want to do is make sure everything is sharp, right? I want to sharpen everything. I want to make everything intentional now. That's my goal right here, just to make it super sharp, crisp as possible. You know, I want it to be sharp, right? And that's my thing. I'm detailing at this point. With my detailers, these are the best trimmers on the market. If you have to ask me, and the reason why is because it's the most consistent trimmer, not just because I'm sponsored by Wild. That's icing on the cake for me. But because it's consistent, you don't even have to zero gap them out the box. The blade lasts long, right? It cuts crisp. It helps, right? Knowing what type of blade that you're using. I'm using the 5 wide blade, right? They have a super wide blade, and that's the one that I use because it covers more ground. But I'm telling you, these are the best trimmers on the market, right? So after you get the lineup done in the front, you want to come back and you want to do the beard on the other side. And now you have the final product, and as you can see, the lineup came out good. We didn't use any enhancements on this haircut. The fade is blurry, everything is nice, right? Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend or tell a friend, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, go to my channel, Mr. Outliner on Instagram, Mr. Outliner on Shopify if you want to get that detail and miss, right? Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. You know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.